Okay, so let's have a look at some of the examples here, because some of these still do have some links in. For instance, this one here, Blog Calypso, there is a static link found. If I click on details, you'll see the details of where that link is. In this case, it's in theme options. So it's probably just a link back to his own site, and it's in theme options, so we don't need to worry about it. The pages that we need to worry about finding links and encrypted code in are pages like bottom, header, footer, index, and post index. Now I'll put a list of those under this video so that you can see the list. Let's scroll on down. There's another one here. What's this in? This is in functions. Now functions is an internal page, so I'm really not bothered about stuff being in functions. It's not going to affect my site, apart from maybe add some functionality in the functions. This guy, I think, is basically asking for us to follow him on Twitter as a thank you for using his theme. Fair enough. As long as that isn't on my live outward pages so that the search engines can't see it, I don't mind. Now here we have another one where there's an encrypted code. Now if I click on details, you'll see that there's two bits of encrypted code. The first is in Tim Thumb. Now Tim Thumb is for dealing with images, so we're not worried about that. It's not an external page. It's probably a part or a function of the theme itself, so it probably needs to be there. And the second one is again in theme options. Again, that's an internal page, so we're not worried about that. It's only links that are on our live external pages that the search engines such as Google are going to find and read and follow to other sites or to sort of drain PageRank away from us, things like that. Those are the ones that we're worried about. Okay, let's start with the third theme here, Arthemia. It says it's found 9 static links. Let's click on details and we can see what those links are. Now first of all, there's one on the comments PHP page. That's probably not a huge problem because it's for Gravatar, but it's not really something we want there. It's an outbound link, it's not nofollowed, so it shouldn't really be there. We don't want it, we don't need it. So we're going to remove that in a minute from the comments PHP file. Okay, the next place where there's some links is on the footer. So in the footer, whoever's created this theme has stuck a whole bunch of themes, a whole bunch of outbound links in there. It looks like one of them is for the theme directory or folder website of his own site with this theme on it. There's another one probably for either his own website or perhaps someone's paying him for that to be there, Color Labs projects. And there's one for W3 Validator. That's okay, but again, it doesn't need to be there, so we can remove that. There's also another one for another site, no idea what this site is, and that's not something we really want as a link in our footer. Okay, so we're going to get rid of all of those. We're going to get rid of the one in the comments, and then we get onto the sidebar. Now, it is fairly standard to have things like WordPress Codex, to have links to those in your sidebar, but again, they don't need to be there, and these seem to be hard-coded in. So we're going to remove those, as well as Michael Hattelung, his site and Color Labs project, and the theme link itself. None of these links need to be there, okay? So sidebar, footer, and comments, we're going to edit all of those and get rid of those links. Okay, so if you're doing this on a live site on the internet, you can click on edit and it will bring up an editor, but you've then got to go through and find that bit of code and remove it from that file. What I prefer to do is work locally on my local host files so that I can clean my themes on my local PC. I know that way I can get them clean before I add them to a site. So what I'm actually going to use is a piece of software called Notepad++. Okay, this is some free software, and we'll put a link under this video where you can download it. Now the reason I'm going to use this will become clear hopefully in a moment or two. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on open, and when it comes up I can browse to the folder where my themes are. What I'm actually going to do though is I'm going to use a shortcut which will take me straight to them. Basically browse to XAMPP, htdocs, the WordPress directory where you've got the themes that you're cleaning. Okay, so once you're in that directory you can find the theme that you want to clean. In this case it's called Arthemia, and the first file that we want to change is the comment PHP, which is here. Okay, so I'm going to double click on that and up it comes. Now you can see straight away that instead of all the text being one color as you'd expect in Notepad, Notepad++ colorizes things so you can see the different areas of code, you can tell what each bit does, it makes it all a bit clearer. Okay, now if we go back, I'm just going to drop this down a bit. It also has line numbers on there as well, which can be quite useful. Okay, let's go back here. We can see that in comments PHP we're looking for gravatar.com, and we need from the start of the A tag to the end of the A tag. So if I go back to Notepad++, I can scroll down and I should be able to spot it. Depending on how big the file is, you can either look for it visually, and there we go, I've spotted it, it's down the bottom here. This is a Gravatar enabled weblog. To get your own globally recognized Gravatar, please register at Gravatar. Okay, now I don't actually want any of that, so I'm going to pull out that whole line. Now the important bit to get rid of is that link there, but I know I can take from the end of the P tag to the start of the P tag and delete that whole line, click on save, and there we go. Okay, next we need to look at the footer PHP file, and we're then going to edit all of this code here out of that. Okay, before I go and open up the footer PHP file, what I'm going to do is look for a bit of code that is from here. I'm just going to grab a bit. So we want from Color Labs project. That's part of what we want. So I'm going to grab that and Control-C to copy it. Then I'm going to go back to Notepad++, and I'm going to click on File, Open, and I'm going to find the footer file, which is here, footer PHP. Double click to open that up. Now I could scroll through and I'd probably find that bit of code because the footer file isn't very big. I can actually see it straight away here. Okay, so again I can take everything from, if we go back and have a look, from the ahrefwordpress.org to just after XHTML and CSS. So let's go back. We are looking from everything from there down to there. Now as it happens, that is the start and the end of the A tag, but I could probably also take out the powered by because that's not necessary. Okay, but if for some reason, if this was a long file and I couldn't find that very easily, remember I copied that bit of text there. What I'm going to do is click on edit, search rather than edit, click on find, paste that in, and then click on find next. And as you see, it goes through and finds that within the file. That will help you identify where the code is in a file that's a longer code, a longer file with lots of code in it. Okay. Now basically, again, if you look here, we need to start with the ahref WordPress, and we need to go down to the and CSS, and we need to finish with the A tag, start with the A tag. So let's do that. And that we can definitely take out. The powered by is just a bit of text, so I'm going to take that out as well. So hit delete and then click on save. So we've now saved the footer. So we've cleaned that as well. The next thing we want is, again in the footer, we want this bit of text here. We want the whole line, but what I'm going to do is copy that, go back, use search, use find, pop that in there, say find next, and there it is. Okay, so again what I can do is take it out from the start of the A tag to the end of the A tag. Okay, exactly as it shows me here, ahref to the A at the end. Okay, delete that, and again click on save. Now as it happens, that's a span. We could probably, because it's empty, delete it, but I'm not going to, just in case it messes something up. So again click on save. I'll close my find down and I'll go back. The next thing we need to work on is the sidebar. And as the first link that we're looking for is the colorlabsproject.com, I'm going to again highlight that and Control-C to copy it and open up the sidebar file. So file open, look for sidebar.php, okay, and it opens up. And if I again go to search, click on find, pop in by Control-V, color labsproject.com, click on Find Next, and it goes down and it finds it down here. Now we can see all of these are together. This is basically the blog roll. It looks like it's hard coded it in for some reason. You don't really need that there. What I can do is take out everything from the UL there to the UL here. Now obviously if we go back here, this is saying, look, just take out each link individually, which you can do. But I happen to know that those are just line spaces, so I can take out the whole thing. I can also take out the header saying blog roll H3. Now if I'm going to do that, potentially I could take out the whole of that element, that div element. Now you might not want to do that because you might, if you're not comfortable making such changes in HTML or PHP, you might be worried about breaking the theme or breaking the sidebar, in which case you can just stick with taking out those lines of code as per what it says here, okay, from the ahref to the end of the A. So you could just go from here to here and delete, okay, and do that for all the other links. As it happens, I know that I can get rid of all of that, so I'm going to, as I said, I can probably get rid of all of that and it won't cause a problem either, but I'm going to leave it that and click on Save. Okay, now if we go back, if we rerun our theme authenticity checker, let's click on Themes, and once it comes up, let's click on TAC, and it will take a moment or two to run, so I'll pause the video. Okay, now that's rerun, you can see that the Arthemia theme is now okay. There's no links in there because we've taken them all out. Okay, so that's how you go about cleaning a theme. Now the important bits here, I believe, are do this on localhost so that if you make mistakes it's easy to correct, and use Notepad++ because it makes it very easy to see where the code is, because different bits of code are given different colors and highlighted in different ways, and use the search facility to find it. Now the other thing you can do, if you want to get someone else to clean your theme, once you find what's wrong with it, let's go to one that's just got some static links. Let's click on details here. See, this one is in footer wide and in footer, so there's two extra outbound links there to probably the guy that created the theme. It's probably to his site, but we don't want them there. We can take them out. So instead of you doing it, what you can do is open up a job or look on Fiverr for someone who does PHP or HTML editing and give them the job with the theme of taking those two links out of those two pages in the theme for you and sending you the corrected version. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. Instead of you doing it, you can get someone on Fiverr to do the work for you, because you can tell them where the link is, which page it's in, what the link is, and give them the theme, and you just want the theme, the cleaned theme back. And don't forget to then rerun the theme authenticity checker to make sure that they have done their job and to make sure they haven't put anything else in there of their own. Okay, so that's dealing with outward bound links or outbound links from our theme. That's how to get rid of those. The other thing you'll find in some themes, probably quite a lot when they're from the WordPress directory, is encrypted code, which you're likely to want to get rid of. So for instance here, in the footer, there's some encrypted code. Now I have no idea what this guy has put in that theme, and I really don't want it there. So what I need to do is go to the Pitho theme, or is it the Bajuljo, strange name, theme, and look for the footer. So I'm going to go back to Notepad, click on Open, see if I can find the correct theme. I believe it was called, no, is that the one? Bajul Putith. I think that's the one. You've got to check the name, but let's go to the footer and let's see if we can find that code. Well, that was fairly easy. It's all of that there. That's definitely encrypted code. I have no idea what it's doing. What I want to do is take out the whole lot from the PHP tag open to the PHP tag close, delete that and click on save, and that's that encrypted link gone. Okay, before I refresh to check that that encrypted link has gone, let's actually try another one as well. This is in a theme called Axis, so we should be able to make sure we found the right one there. Okay, in Tim Thumb, right, that we're not bothered about. That is to do with graphics, so we don't mind that being there. Okay, let's have a look at this one here. That is in the footer. We don't want that. That's a bad encrypted code because it's in footer PHP. So this is Artistic Mag. Let's go and find that in the footer. So again, File, Open, and if we go back to Themes, it was Artistic Mag, so it's this one here, and it's in the footer PHP, and again, pretty easy to spot. A great big lump of encrypted code. Now if for some reason it wasn't that obvious to spot, they usually are, but if for some reason it wasn't, obviously what you can do is grab a bit of the code, copy it, come back to Notepad, and again use search, use the find option, Control V, find next, there it goes. Okay, so we can find that. Now again, with an encrypted code like this, I want to take out everything that's between the PHP tag, including the PHP open and the PHP close. Okay, so I'm going to hit delete and take that out and click on save. Now let's go back, and if I rerun TAC, we can see that those, I'll need to go back to themes, and once it comes up, if I rerun TAC, we can see that those have gone. Okay, so I reran the theme authenticity checker, and we can see our theme is clean, and Artistic Mag, the one that we just cleaned, is now clean of encrypted code because it had that message there previously. There is still static links in there which I probably want to remove as well, but the encrypted code has gone, as it has out of that other one whose name I can't pronounce, Bajuljo, whatever it is. Okay, so that is now clean as well. That is how you go about cleaning your themes. As I said, theme authenticity checker will show you where the bad code is and the outbound links are, and what you need to actually remove them from. Okay, and you can get someone else to do that if you want to. Okay, there's one more quick bit I want to go back and show you. In that particular footer, this guy's actually put some notes in there to actually say what will happen if you remove the links. Now obviously that was an encrypted link, so we've got no idea where it was going or what it was doing. But he says in here, these links are family friendly and will not hurt your site in any way. I'm sorry, I'm not going to take your word for it. I have no idea where it's going. You could change it at any moment because it's an encrypted link. He then puts, warning, your site will stop working if these links are edited or deleted. So that theme probably won't actually work anymore. He's actually designed it in such a way so that if we remove that link, it will stop working. Okay, my apologies, this has turned into actually quite a long video, but one quick recap. I will put the list of files where we are concerned about encrypted code and outgoing links. I'll put that list under this video. Basically, for a quick recap, they are bottom PHP, comments PHP, header PHP, footer PHP, index PHP, post index PHP, and sidebar PHP. And the header and footer might be variations as well. It could be footer dash wide or header dash wide, something like that. But I'll put that list under this video. The ones we're not worried about are Tim Thumb and functions. Those are both internal pages. Okay. And the other point obviously is this is a great example of how powerful localhost is. Doing this work to clean a theme locally means you don't break your live site. You can get your theme just the way you want it and then deploy it live once you're happy.